Welcome everyone to our chats about transformation. And over the last few months we've been discussing transformation of the self and my relationship with the self and all the intricacies involved with that. But in my experience when talking with people about this subject, in workshops, in conversations, discussions, the question is really not what do I need to transform, because I think all of us have quite a clear idea of what it is in me that is not really working, that I really want to change. Sometimes it's that niggling self-doubt, sometimes it's the chronic negativity, sometimes it's the overthinking and anxiety. There's a whole shopping list of stuff. But the real question is, where do I get the strength to really change myself? Because we know this path of self-change is a very deep and powerful thing. We can change on a superficial level, which is a few habits, and that is good. We can even change my nature, which is really perhaps the personality I present to the world. Sometimes we adjust it to different groups. But to really change deeply, to really go deep and remove the effect of lack of self-respect, fear, insecurity, this is profound, profound change. And in my inner journey, I feel that the great power to bring change is love. Out of love we get a strength, an inner strength to really look at myself and have the determination to bring a genuine transformation. And I feel we search for true love. We invest our heart in relationships. But there's a huge dilemma for all of us that no relationship is permanent. Whether it's time, whether it's change, whether it's conflict, whether it's separation, the object of my love goes. And that's made me feel so vulnerable and insecure. Spirituality really looks into the one relationship that's permanent, the relationship with the divine, which in my experience is the key to self-transformation. And sometimes I feel there's really two steps to spiritual power that is going to initiate that quality of transformation. The first is to have a loving relationship with myself as a soul, as we have been discussing in past sessions. But the second is to have a loving relationship with the divine or the Supreme Soul. And this is really the second step in meditation. The first step in meditation is to reconnect to my original authentic self, the permanent self, the soul. As we have discussed, that energy that lives in the front of the brain, in the center of the forehead. But the second step is to link I, the soul, with the source of power and strength, the Supreme Soul, an unlimited source of love. And when I meditate, I love to sit down quietly and just have this gentle process of letting go what is temporary and limited, the consciousness of my body and the labels, and feel myself as the soul sitting lightly in the forehead. And through my third eye, I visualize God, the Supreme Soul, as a radiant jewel of light, a soul like me. But a soul that does not have sense organs like me. You can see me and I'm expressing myself at the moment. But a real living conscious being. And I have found that the more I connect and really establish a real living relationship, it generates a strength, an inner power, a willpower, a determination to really bring transformation in myself. And I feel that this is really the key to that level of transformation I feel we all want. Yes, the habits may change. Yes, the nature that I present to the world, I may adjust that to. But to really make a shift at that deep level where the habitual patterns of insecurity, which creates all the anxiety, or self-doubt, which distorts my perception of myself, my relationships, everything, or fear. How many fears do we have? To really liberate myself from that level of my past, shall I say, it really needs a powerful quality of meditation. And this is really what I receive from the Supreme Soul. And I would love you in the next period to experiment with just sitting quietly, letting go the consciousness, visualizing yourself as this tiny, subtle star of life energy, the consciousness in the forehead. And then through the eye of your mind, the third eye, seeing the form of God. And not just as a point of light, but as a living being and establishing a living relationship. And really just observe how you feel. Observe how this connection really makes you feel strong and generates a willpower, a determination to really make transformation happen. And maybe next time we can talk a little bit more about this most important step on the journey. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.